welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. If you are new, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope that you're able to learn something in this, or maybe it sparks some questions that you may have. And I don't know, this is basically just like informative things that people have asked me a lot and things that I feel like people don't know. So yeah, let's talk about it. I'm gonna be looking a lot like, I'm going to try not to look to the side or right here. I'm trying to look here, and I'm also might be looking down a little bit. I have a lot of notes. I have like this whole binder packed full. I have a whole notebook packed full. Oh, that page doesn't look very full, but of just like information that I want to share so badly. There are a lot of misconceptions out there about VSG, well, weight loss surgery in general. There are so many false statements being made, accusatory, I think it's accusatory statements that are being made as well. And I think it's really important that for the people who have the information to share true information so that people can take these little bits and come to their own conclusion. I think being someone who's gone through this program quite a few times, oh, okay, that makes it sound like a lot. Well, 3 times is a lot, but someone who's gone through this process 3 times prior, I've picked up a lot of information, a lot of great information, but a lot of information was told to me that wasn't true, specifically by a certain program that I did. And so I just want to make sure that the information that I'm speaking to you is something that I've researched heavily, something that I believe to be true, and something that I fact-checked to the absolute best of my ability. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. The first question that I've been asked quite a bit is, what is weight loss surgery? Like, what exactly is it? And I don't know, when people ask me that, I'm kind of confused, because it's like, well, it is what it sounds like. But I think people get confused because for a while everybody was talking about getting the lap band or the balloon or whatever. And from my understanding, like the adjustable band and stuff, they don't do that anymore because it was so problematic. Like, it would slip, people got sick, people died. Like, it was just not a safe procedure. So what is weight loss surgery? Weight loss surgery procedures are procedures that are done on overweight, morbidly obese people to help them lose weight. But it's a two-part thing. I felt it's a two-part thing. Like, yes, it's to help them lose weight, but if your program is done right, it's also to set you up for success in the future. So you're gonna lose your weight and you're gonna keep it off. That's the main thing. Like, your program should be setting you up to lose weight, help you slowly lose weight pre-op, get your surgery, slowly lose weight post-op, and keep that weight off. You're learning healthy habits. You're learning to have a good relationship with working out and a good relationship with food and hydration and everything that you might not have the best relationship with now. Second question that I've got asked quite a few times before is, what options are out there for weight loss surgery and what am I getting personally? So right now, I believe the main ones that are out there are gastric bypass and the vertical sleeve gastrotomy, which is what I'm getting, VSG, or the pouch, whatever you want to call it. And I actually found out some like interesting things, that the first lap bypass wasn't done like too long ago. The first one that was performed was in 1993, which wasn't long at all. And then the first sleeve that was ever performed was in 1999, 2 years after I was born. So I thought that was pretty interesting, pretty cool. So let's talk about the difference between the gastric sleeve and the gastric bypass. I think the gastric bypass is more invasive. because there's a little bit more to it. They're rearranging your digestive organs a bit. And I'll try to put a diagram here that will explain what I'm about to say to you. So the gastric bypass surgery makes your stomach smaller, and it allows the food to bypass, that's where, you know, you get the name from, part of your small intestine. So the new stomach, the new small stomach, that's called a pouch because it's so small. The point behind the bypass is to try to make sure that you get an adequate amount of nutrients while limiting the amount of calories that are absorbed into your system. Now let's talk about VSG, vertical sleeve gastrostomy, the sleeve, the pouch, the tool. It's called a lot of things. So again, I'll try to put up a little diagram. Boom. So the sleeve is less invasive than gastric bypass. It just limits the amount of food you can eat while feeling fuller with a smaller amount, obviously, because you have a smaller stomach. The stomach is stapled into the shape of a sleeve or a pouch or a tube, whatever you want to call it. So when food enters, you fill up quicker and you don't eat as much. Now, the big difference is that the gastric bypass can be reversed because they're still leaving that big portion of your stomach inside of you. Just in case there were any complications, they can go ahead and reroute things. But from my understanding, the VSG, the sleeve, vertical sleeve gastrostomy, is non-reversible because they will take the larger portion of your stomach out, dispose of it, and so they have nothing to like revert it back to. I also get asked, how did I know which surgery to go with? And through my past 3 programs, I've chosen the sleeve every single time in my pre-op, and I've been told every single time that it's the best option for me. I think the way to go into and choose for anything really, but specifically for weight loss surgery, I think you have to have the mindset that if somebody were to ask you a question, you're not referencing, oh my gosh, what did my doctor tell me? What did my nutritionist tell me? Da 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 da. While their information is good to have, it's so important that you take the information that they tell you and you fact check them. You go home, you do your own research, and when you have an appointment again, or if it's something that's really weighing on your mind, you message them and you're like, hey, we talked about A, B, C in my appointment, but when I went home and did my research, I found D, E, F, G, H, you know, and just toy with their brains because you want to have as much knowledge as possible. So with that being said, how do you find what process, what procedure, what program is going to be best for you? Is start your research when the thought pops into your head. Start searching what options are out there for you. Start looking up different hospitals, different programs, what their program is like. Are they having you meet with a nutritionist every month? Are they having you go to groups? Are the groups mandatory? I personally think all groups should be mandatory because they are a game changer. But things like that, do your research, and then when it comes to the surgery specifically, sit down with your surgeon and talk about it. If they tell you, I think that the gastric bypass is best for you, why? Why not the sleeve? Why not whatever other option may be out there? Pick their brains because you want to have all of the information. And then, you know, if you don't want to decide right there in their office, go home and think about it some more. Just take your time. This is a decision that is going to change your life, and it needs to be something that is like mulled over a little bit and something that you are sure that you know you want to do. And then once you make your decision and you're confident with it, go for it. Just stick with it. Another question I get asked is, how much weight am I gonna lose, or how much weight do I want to lose? And every time somebody asks me, my response is, I don't know. I don't have a number in my head because I don't want to get fixated on numbers. I'm finally able to have a healthy relationship with a scale, and I do not want to mess that up. So I'm just going to go with the flow. I just want to feel healthy. If your main objective in getting weight loss surgery or losing weight in general is just to be skinny, you are going to deal with so many issues. Like it's not going to be a good experience for you. It's not going to be a learning experience for you, because all you're going to think about is, oh, I need to lose 2 more pounds. I need to lose 4 more pounds. Like, it shouldn't be a number goal. It should be how you feel on the inside and how you feel on the outside. Like, are you confident in the clothes you wear? Are you confident going out in public? Are you confident trying new things? That, for me, that's the best way for me to base my goals off of. So I don't have a number goal. I don't know how much I'm gonna lose. I'm just winging it. I also get asked about why I chose to do weight loss surgery, which I'm going to make a separate video about, because it is something that I think needs to be stated on its own. My why changed from the last program I did to the one I'm currently in now, because I changed as a person. I became a mother in the span of that time, and my priorities shifted a little bit. I before wanted to do it for so many things, but I didn't understand the root of all of those things. Now, after becoming a mother, I realized that the reason I'm doing this, ultimately, you know, there are little branches out, but the common denominator in that all is me. I finally love myself enough to want the best for myself, and I know that this will help get me there. This isn't a one-all be-all winning ticket. Like, this is a tool, but this is gonna help me tremendously, and I'm so grateful that I even have the option to go through this program. I also, on my Instagram, got asked like 3 times within the last week if it's easy to lose weight after surgery. And I'm not post-op, I'm still pre-op. I'm getting my surgery in June. But I think it's kind of a silly question, because like, well, no matter how you split it, my stomach is like cut, not even in half, it's more than halfway gone. Like, sis is out. So yeah, it's easy to lose weight after surgery. I think their main intention behind those questions was, you know, is the surgery a one and done thing? Am I gonna get my stomach, you know, popped out and then lose 100 pounds and not have to put in any work? And the answer to that is hell no. Like, absolutely not. I have spoken and seen so many people who don't heed the warning that weight loss surgery is a tool, that your sleeve is a tool, that your bypass is a tool. It is not your saving grace. It is not a miracle surgery. It is not going to do all the work for you, period. That's not what it's there for. You can get the surgery, drop quite a bit of weight by not doing anything, and keep that weight off, maybe for a little bit. You'll probably surprise yourself. It's gonna catch back up to you, because you are not training your body. The whole point of these programs is to teach you how to have a healthy relationship with food and exercise, and to change your mindset on weight loss and having a healthy lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change. This is not a diet. This is not a quick fix. It's not a fad. Like, I cannot stress that enough. That, yeah, you're gonna lose weight after surgery. It's a given. Most of your stomach is out or not attached. But if you do not keep up with it, if you don't work out, if you don't tone your body, you're gonna gain your weight back, or you're gonna have extremely loose skin, which is okay. Like, loose skin is loose skin. Most people can get it off. If it hurts you, obviously that's one thing, but cosmetically, like, rock it. Stretch marks, rock it. I've heard some people say they lose their stretch marks when they lose weight, and that makes me sad, because I love my stretch marks. But yeah, it's just like, it's not me. I don't know how to say it. Like, let's say, and I think people think that, you know, you get the surgery and that's it. You don't have to think about exercising or eating right, because when you think of like a surgery, like, let's say I broke my nose, Then I go in, I get the surgery, I come out, I have some healing time, but then I go back, get a checkup. They take my brace or whatever off, and I'm good to go. My new nose, I can breathe, whatever. It's like a one and done thing, most surgeries, you know? But weight loss surgery is different because this is a step in your journey. So your whole team, your whole medical team is looking at your past. They're saying, okay, this surgery is going to fit you best. They're prepping you within that 3 to 12 month window of how we're going to act, how we're going to eat, how we're going to exercise, how we're going to train our mind to prepare you for what comes after surgery. And I have talked to people personally who did not take it seriously, who tricked the system and like got their surgery and didn't work out after and weren't eating correctly after, and they're paying for it now severely. Like, not only is it counterintuitive, but it can be so dangerous because your new stomach is very fragile, very, very fragile in the healing process. And if you don't heed the warnings from your physicians, you could do some serious damage. So, guys, with that being said, that is it for today's video. Thank you again for clicking on today's video. It was like a first Q&A, I guess. I've just kind of written down a bunch of questions that I've been asked or have been being asked on my Instagram. But yeah, it's been fun. I have another video coming out here very shortly, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!